Hi guys, so sorry about the lack of videos for the past couple of weeks. I've been absolutely drowning in university deadlines, but today I'm back and today I'm going to be doing a Valentine's Day look, but it's going to be a Valentine's Day look with a twist. Every product that I'm using in this video is by Makeup Revolution, and I'm sure you've heard of them because they're absolutely massive in the blogosphere. I think they're like a year old now and they're very like sort of like Makeup Academy style in like the price range and the products, and I've had like a few of their products for quite a while. I've actually done a haul by them in the past, which I will link down below, and recently I wanted to do a look using all their products, so they kindly sent me a few more things just so that I could do it using only their products, as I said. So this is what I'm going to be doing today. So here is the look. So it's like a rose goldy eye with a winged eyeliner and then a very bright pink look. So nice and pink and romantic for Valentine's Day. And I'm also going to be doing another video soon, which is going to be again using all Makeup Revolution products, and that one is going to be more of like a crazy look. So get excited for that one. And yeah, I'm just going to jump straight into it. So if you want to see how to achieve this look with Makeup Revolution products, keep watching. Okay, to start off with, I'm starting off with a lightly moisturised face, and the first thing I'm going to go in with is the foundation, and I'm going to be using the Ultra Base Foundation. I have the colour 02, FB02, and because I've got a tiny bit of fake tan on right now, this is actually a couple of shades, or a shade, or I don't know, too light, so I'm just going to be mixing this in with some liquid bronzer just to make it actually match my fake tannedness. But you don't have to do this, and it's not really going to change the consistency of the foundation or anything. So I'm just mixing that together. So I'm taking the foundation on this Real Techniques brush. This is the buffing brush, I think. And I'm just going to dot it around. I have quite bad skin right now. I think it's the stress and the cold weather because I just had uni deadlines. So I'm just buffing this into my skin. This is a really nice foundation. It's medium coverage and it's a matte finish, which is what I look for in a foundation. The thing that I would say about this foundation is it does take a fair amount of blending to get it all streak free and into your skin, but apart from that, it's really good. To conceal, I'm going to be taking the Ultra Cover and Conceal palette, and I've got mine in light to medium. It's basically a palette of loads of different concealer shades. You get a really generous amount in this actually. I think it's really good, and I also use this to prime my eyes, as you will see later. So I'm going to be taking the palest shade, and I just take it on my finger because that's how I like to use creamy concealers. And I'm just going to be patting this into any areas that need concealing. This is a really creamy concealer, so it's really easy to get it to blend in, which is quite good, especially for under the eyes. And I would say that once again, this is about a medium coverage. So to bronze, I'm actually going to be using the pressed powder in the shade Translucent, and this really isn't a translucent powder. Even when I have fake tan on, as you can see, it's a lot darker than my skin tone, and it actually comes up like that. But I don't actually mind because I've been using this to bronze and it's really good. If you are quite pale, don't use this as a powder, use it as a bronzer, because it's not too orange and it's not too dark, so you don't look muddy. It just kind of gives you that colour back. So I've actually really been loving this for that purpose, and also I think the packaging's really cool because it like slides like that, and it does come with like a little like powder puff thing, but no one uses them. So to use this with, I'm going to be using this like fluffy, slightly tapered blush brush. So as you can see, this just gives a really nice colour that isn't too orange or too brown or anything. And actually just, I think it looks really nice as a bronzer and for contouring of really pale skin. And I'm also going to be contouring my nose with this, so I'm just using a smaller fluffy tapered brush and going to be using this really, really lightly because obviously you don't want to end up with like an orange nose. For blush, I'm going to be using the Ultra Blush palette in Hot Spice. Makeup Revolution are so good at palettes like this. So as you can see, this is just a blush palette, and then it's also got a couple of highlighters on the end. And this is like the orange toned one. So I'm just going to be going in with this peachy shade down here. To highlight, I'm going to be using one of my favourite products from Makeup Revolution, and this is their Radiant Lighting Powder, and this is obviously supposed to be a dupe of the Hourglass powder, and mine is in Exhale, and it just looks like this. It's really, really beautiful, and I'm just going to be using this on sort of like a stippling brush. And you'll need barely any of this, and I just gently take that above my cheekbones, and it just gives the most amazing glow ever, basically. Moving on to my brows, first I'm just going to brush them through with a spoolie to try and get them as even as possible, which with my brows is basically a mission. Now to fill in my brows, I'm going to have to write the name of the product down below as it's rubbed off the packaging, but it's from, I think they're like I Heart makeup range, and it looks like this. And it's basically got like the spoolie on with the product, so you're supposed to use this to like brush through your brows, but I actually don't. I put that to one side and then I very gently squeeze this out. I get it onto a little brush and then I use this to go through my brows with, so that's what I use it for. Now when you first put this on, it starts off quite light. This is in the colour Fairest, by the way, and then once it dries it actually goes quite a bit darker. I think this is the lightest shade, the one that I've got, and it is a tiny bit dark for my brows. So they could probably do a bit of a better colour range for this product, because if you are really, really fair haired, then this won't go dark enough, light enough for you. Moving on to my eyes, I'm going to once again take the Cover and Conceal palette, and I'm just going to be taking the lightest shade and patting this all over my eyelid. I'm just using this to prime so that it lightens up the eyelid area, hides any veins or discoloration, and acts as a primer for any eyeshadow just to help it last longer and be more vibrant. Now to help me shape the eyeshadow, I'm going to be using some tape. I'm just taking this little roll of washi tape and I'm just going to tear some of this off and use it as a guide to help me shape my eyeshadow. So I'm just going to run this along my lower lash line and just underneath, as I want to leave space so that I can bring the eyeshadow underneath the eye. To do my eyeshadow, I'm going to be using the Iconic 3 palette that just looks like this. This is a really good dupe for the Naked 3 palette. It's absolutely gorgeous and all the shades are really well pigmented. To start off with, I'm going to be taking the lightest end shade and I'm just going to be taking this all over the inner corner of my lid just to give some lightness to that area. I'm going to be going over the same area and bringing it out towards the middle of the lid a bit more with the second colour. Then I'm going to take this slightly darker shimmery colour, which is the 5th one along, and I'm going to take that on the outer half of my lid. Here is where the tape really comes in handy because it means that you can't really go wrong as you just kind of pat it over the tape and it helps you keep the shape. So I'm just blending this over the outer half of my eye and then bringing it into the crease. I want to keep things quite light for this look as it is a Valentine's Day look. So I think I would rather keep it quite a light romantic eye than something a bit heavier that can go a bit scary. And I'm going to take a fluffy blending brush and I'm just going to help blend this all out so that we don't have any harsh lines. Then I'm just going to peel off the tape. I'm then just going to go back in with that second lightest shimmery shade and I'm going to be taking this underneath the eye. And then I'm going to go back in with the darker shade and I'm just going to connect this up. You can then also use this little brush just to blend out this line and make it a bit less harsh. Moving on to eyeliner, I'm just going to be using the Makeup Revolution liquid eyeliner that looks like this. And I just need to talk about this eyeliner for a second because I absolutely love it. I've searched high and low for the perfect eyeliner. I've tried the high street and I've tried the high end. I've tried like Benefit, Bobbi Brown, Kat Von D, and nothing has really taken the biscuit yet. I just will always find a flaw in eyeliner, but so far I have absolutely been loving this. I haven't used liquid eyeliner since I was like 15 because I always found it really fiddly and it would just like smudge or flake or be too watery, but this is absolutely perfect. I found so far it lasts all day. It's a really intense matte black and it's really easy to apply because it's a liquid eyeliner. It doesn't get all messed up when you use it on top of eyeshadow like a lot of eyeliners do. So I will probably write up a blog post on this soon if you want to keep an eye out for that, but I'm just saying so far I'm just absolutely in love with this eyeliner and it costs £1.50. To do my eyeliner, what I always do is I just take the brush and I angle it so that it's going in line with my bottom lash line, and then using that I just draw a line as though the two things were connected, like going off at the same angle. And then I just connect that up to my lashes and then line the rest of my lashes like so. Ta-da! Now I'm just going to quickly curl my lashes. And then for mascara I'm going to be using the Viper Mascara, and it basically just looks like this. So it has this really weird brush to it. I think it's supposed to look sort of like snake-like, and it kind of does. Like, I can see that if this will actually focus. Focus. Okay, so it kind of like twists like that, if you can see. And it really, really confuses me. But it's quite a nice mascara. It's just like really weird to sort of like grasp how to use. So the final part of the look is the lips, and as this is a Valentine's Day tutorial, there's nothing more romantic than the colour pink. So I'm going with a very, very vibrant pink. This is the Makeup Revolution Salvation Lip Lacquer. This is in the colour You Took My Love. I absolutely love these products. The formulation is absolutely great. If you do have lips that are quite prone to being dry, you probably won't like this, but I don't mind a little bit of dryness, because I just love the effect that this gives. It's super vibrant and just super like matte on your lips. It's absolutely gorgeous. So this is the finished look. I hope you like it. If you do, don't forget to keep an eye out for my next Makeup Revolution tutorial that's going to be a bit more of a crazy look. And don't forget to subscribe. And also, if you do replicate this look, make sure that you let me know on Twitter or in the comments down below and send me a picture, because I'd absolutely love to see that. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye! Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a first impressions video on a set of makeup brushes that I got from eBay. These makeup brushes are called the